Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, the 26th of May. Welcome to a really spicy workout this morning. So we've got an upper body dominant workout, and we've got a little bit of a finisher at the end. So the workout today, we're doing a lot of pressing work. So we've got strict handstand push-ups. All right, for those of you who've got strict handstand push-ups, we're going to be doing strict handstand push-ups. If you haven't got strict handstand push-ups, we're going to be doing kipping handstand push-ups, or we're going to be scaling them down to push-ups or to some kind of a pressing movement. Okay, and what we're doing is we're doing 30 seconds of work on and 30 seconds of rest off, and we're doing 7 rounds in total. Okay, so what is it's 1, 2, 3, it's about 4.5 minutes. No, it's about 3.5 minutes of total work time. Okay, but it needs to be interspersed with that rest time. And what we're looking for is a strength endurance and that overhead pressing. So we've got 30 seconds of hard work. It's probably going to be close to max. You're probably not going to be able to maintain that amount of work for the full 30 seconds. 30 seconds rest, and then you try and get as much work again over that next 30 seconds again, 30 seconds rest, and you keep on going. So we're building up that fatigue in that overhead pressing position. All right, so it's as many reps as possible in total over the 7 rounds of 30 seconds each time. Okay, that's the workout for today. Then we're going to finish at the end. So a few scaling options. So if you've got strict handstand push-ups, we'll do strict handstand push-ups. If you haven't got strict handstand push-ups, we're going to do kipping off the floor, which we'll take you through. If you haven't got to do that, we can do some kind of a pike handstand push-up, either with the feet on the floor or the feet in a box or feet up on a wall. Right? If you've got that, we can do strict push-ups. If you haven't got that overhead pressing. If you can't do strict push-ups, we're going to do assisted push-ups with the knees on the floor, up and down off the floor. Right? Those are the 4 different movements to scale the movements. Right? If you can't do any pushing because of a shoulder or something, I'm going to change it completely for a sit-up, right, or a kickback, right, something that's going to get your heart rate up. The other way of scaling this, right, is instead of scaling the movement, we can also increase the rest time. So instead of do 30 seconds on, but we can increase this rest time to 45 seconds, we can increase this rest time to 1 minute. So you may find, depending on how conditioned you are, that you may need to increase this rest time to 45 seconds just to give you that a little bit longer for your shoulders to recover. You may even need up to a minute. Not too worried about how long you take. Try and maintain just that little bit of an edge, so you're building up an edge over those 7 rounds. Okay. The other way to scale this down is to eventually scale your rounds down. So from 7 rounds, scale it down to 6, scale it down to 5. But for the most part, try and keep the 7 rounds, rather increase your rest a little bit. Make that longer so that you're ready to go for the next one. Okay. We will take you through the movements now, and then the finisher that we're going to do. The finisher, we've got 10 double unders, right? If you're not doing double unders, we do 10 single unders. If you're not doing 10 single unders, we do 10 toe taps, which you've done before. I'll take you through the movement. Then we do 2 burpees, 2 kickbacks, and we're going to add 10 double unders and 1 burpee every single round. Okay, and I'll take you through that. All right, so let's have a quick look at the workout and the movement options. So the first one, strict handstand push-ups. Let's just get something quickly for the head of the hands. So if you want to put some kind of a cushion or a mat underneath your head, you can. If you're going to do it up on a wall, you can do it up on a wall. Okay, and what we're going to look for is kick up, 3, 2, 1. Kick up, push out through the arms, squeeze the glutes, make sure the bum's not resting on the floor, and then from there, head to the floor, all the way down, and then your head is touching the floor or the mat and pressing back out, and you're trying to do as many reps in that 30 seconds that you can. You hear the beep, 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 rest. Check out the shoulders, 30 seconds, kick back up again, 30 seconds, strict handstand push-ups. All right, if you're not doing strict handstand push-ups, we're going to do a kick. So you're going to chamber the knees in. All right, so from here, you can start actually on the floor, head on the floor, okay, hips off the wall. You're going to bring your knees in, drive through, and you're going to shoot the legs, hips come off the wall, and you drive through the shoulders. Hop, press, push. Okay, and that kip there is designed that as you shoot the legs, it's going to help drive the weight through the body, okay, and you get that gymnastics action for that overhead pressing. Again, 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest, 7 rounds. Those are going to be your 2 inverted movements, okay, your strict and your kipping. Next one is going to be a pike position. So we can do this with the feet on the floor. You can use an ab mat again, or a mat if you want to, or a pillow. From there, hands on the floor, head tucked in. And what I'm looking for is keeping my head tucked in and a touch the top of my head to the mat or the pillow. Touch, press out. Touch, press out. Most important thing is to try and keep this lockout in the shoulders. Okay, I don't want to do too much of a shoulder of a push-up. We will get to the push-up progression. Ideally, I want a nice lockout, and I'm trying to get my head to touch, press,
push out. That's going to be your
pike handstand push-up. If you want to put your feet up on a box or a chair to increase the height, you can do that. It'll make it a little bit more difficult. And the more you get your hips over the top of your shoulders, right, you can have more weight into your shoulders. That's going to make that more difficult as well. So you can also get those hips over the top and really press up into the toes, arms not out, touch, press. Just make sure you don't put too much weight onto the neck as you come down. Control that descending movement. Okay, that's going to be your pike handstand push-ups. We're going to do strict push-ups as a scale option. So if you haven't got, either you haven't got the range of movement, like your shoulders are tight and you haven't got that ability to go directly overhead, or you haven't got that strength, or you've got some kind of maybe an injury that you can't go overhead, you can do a strict push-up, stomach nice and tight, chest to floor, push up for the strict push-up, or you're doing knees to the floor, stomach tight, touch, push up, lift the knees, and that is your 4 or 5 different options for your push-ups today. If you're not doing any kind of pushing, you can change it to anything you want. Okay, 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds rest. You decide on what you want to do. If you want to do sit-ups, you can do 30 seconds of sit-ups, touch, go for 30 seconds, give yourself 30 seconds rest. If 30 seconds of rest isn't long enough, give yourself slightly longer. If you feel that 30 seconds rest is too long, shorten your rest. Okay, and then your other option even, okay, it'll get your heart rate up a little bit more. You can do kickbacks. Kickback, 1, or even don't have to clap, 2, kickback, 3, do kickbacks for 30 seconds. That'll drive your heart rate up a little bit more, definitely more dynamic than your sit-ups, maybe even your push-ups. Okay, so choose a movement if you can't do push-ups. Do that for 30 seconds, rest for 30 seconds, do it for 7 rounds. That'll be your work. Okay, so that is the workout and your scaling options. Your finisher, let's have a quick look at your finisher. So if you've got a skipping rope, 10 double unders, 1, 2, 3, 10 double unders. If you're doing single unders, do single unders. If you've got an object and doing object toe taps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. If you want to do a little line, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we do 2 burpees. 2 burpees. Oh, okay, you can do kickback, you can do knees to floor, chest to floor, kickback, 2 burpees. Then we're going to add 10 double unders or skipping or object toe taps and 2 burpees. So the next round I do 20 double unders, okay, or 20 skips, 20 jumps, and I do 4 burpees or 4 kickbacks. Then I do 30 double unders, single unders, object toe taps, and I do 6 kickbacks or burpees, and I'm adding 10 double unders, single unders, toe taps, and 2 burpees every round. Try to go as far up the ladder as you can in 6 minutes, and that's the finisher. It should finish you off if it hasn't already. Okay, so that's the workout. Make sure before you get to the workout that your shoulders are nice and warm. We've got a whole bunch of shoulder prep that we're going to go through now. Make sure you choose the right scaling option. Make sure you choose the right amount of rest time. Increase the rest time if you need to. Okay, I'm probably going to increase this rest time. I may do the first 1 or 2 rounds done at 30 seconds. I may need to increase that time up to 45 seconds to give my shoulders enough time to recover, to get a little bit more work out of that 30 seconds. If you don't give enough rest time here, you're going to go for 10 or 15 seconds here, you're going to go, okay, so rest for longer, work harder here. And that's the workout. And we'll go through the warm-up now. Okay guys, so for the warm-up today, we have got 2 parts of the warm-up. The first one is just to get the heart rate up a little bit, get the shoulders a little bit warm and the hips warm. And then we've got a little bit of a handstand progression overhead work that we're going to take you through. So for the first part, we've got 1 minute of skipping or fast feet. Then we go straight into 1 minute of inchworm, which will warm up the shoulders, hips and lower back. 1 minute of step 3 rotations, which will be some lower back rotation as well as some movement through the hips. And 1 minute of pushback. So again, working that overhead position as much as you can. So let me show what that looks like. So the first one, skipping or fast feet. If you've got a skipping rope, you can skip for a minute, stomach nice and tight, chest up, try and keep your feet together when you skip, and you're skipping for 1 minute on the clock. If you're not doing that, you can do a fast feet, just run, hands, feet, step, 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 step. If you want to do it on a small step, you can do it on a small step. If you want to do just little jumps, backs and forwards over a line, and you're just working for a minute. If you get bored, you can change it up. If you get bored, you can change it up. If you get bored, you can change little circles one way, little circles other way. Okay, keep yourself entertained for the workout. So we do 1 minute of jumping around, skipping work, get that heart rate going. Next one is going to be an inchworm. So feet about shoulder width apart. You're going to keep your chin tucked in, stretch the hamstrings, lower back, get a nice stretch. You're going to walk forward, knees to floor, chest to floor, all the way down. I want that chest to floor because I want that range of movement through the shoulders. Push back up, push back through the shoulders as far as you're comfortable. Okay, get that nice overhead position, and then walk through the shoulders. Keep back towards your hands. Stand up, that's one. And the clock is going. And you go, knees to floor, chest to floor. Push back, look through the shoulders, press, walk. 2, and you do a full minute's worth of work. Then we're going to step through rotation. So same thing. You're going to walk forward, and a step, rotate, back, step. You don't have to rush this. Okay, make sure the shoulders are safe for that rotation as you open up the hips. 2, stomach tight, make sure the foot comes to the outside of the hands. Rotate, back through, step, rotate. Okay, often the mistake that people make is they step too short here and they kind of got this funny thing, or they turn against the knee. Okay, turn towards the foot. Step, back, step through. When you're done, walk back up. That's 1 minute. And then 1 minute of pushbacks. You can actually stay down there. You're going to walk forward. And all we're going to do is like do a pushback to downward dog. So we're going to push back through the shoulders, press, stomach tight, chest up, squeeze the glutes, and push back. Push through the shoulders, so we're working that overhead position. Squeeze the glutes, back straight, stomach tight. Make sure you're not dropping towards the floor. Keep the body nice and tight, and push back. And 1 minute of pushback. You can do 1 or 2 rounds of that. See how you feel. If you feel like you need to do a second round, do a second round, but 1 round may be enough. Okay. Then we're going to do some handstand hold work, right? So use that pushback time to work on that overhead mobility. So when it comes up to doing the handstand work, you're ready and your shoulders are good. And what we're going to do, actually, let's have a look at the board. We're going to do 5 handstand holds. Every hold, we can hold for about 5 seconds. If you want to hold for a bit longer, hold for 10 seconds, that's fine. Then we do 5 pike push-ups with a negative low, which I'll show you. We do 5 kipping handstand push-ups, and we do 5 strict handstand push-ups. And depending on your strength level, depends on how far down your progressions you go down through on that handstand hold work. So first one, handstand hold, 5 seconds. So we do up against the wall again. And arms locked out, body nice and straight. Hop, tuck out, lock out through the arms, make sure you're not resting there. Tummy tucked inside, squeeze the glutes, lock the arms, back, press. And you're holding for 5 seconds, hold for 10 seconds if you can hold for a bit longer. Rest, shake the shoulders out, go again. 5 to 10 seconds hold, do 5 reps or 5 sets of that. Next time we do a pike push-up with a negative low. So we're going to hold in a pike position, okay? Before you start getting, for those guys, there are those guys that are really strong on that overhead press position. Before you start getting to that push-up work or that overhead pressing work, get those shoulders warm. So a nice option, right, is to work in that pike. What we do is we do a negative low. So a negative low means we're going to lower, we're going to take our time to get to the bottom, and we're going to press. So from there, head locked out. Okay, I'm going to slowly lower down, slowly lower down, slowly lower down, touch, press through. Slowly lower down, touch, press through. If you can get your hips over the top more, slowly lower down, lower, 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 touch, press through. Okay, and every time you're trying to get your feet or your hips a little bit more over the shoulders, you get a little bit more work into the shoulders. If you want to put your feet up onto a box or a chair, you can. If you want to do some kind of a pike against the wall, then you can do a pike on the wall with your feet up on the wall as well to get those hips up in the air and over the shoulders. That will make it a little bit more intense. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to go into our kipping handstand push-ups. If you've got kipping handstand push-ups, and then into strict handstand push-ups. If you haven't got kipping handstand push-ups or strict handstand push-ups, I then want you to shake the shoulders out, do a second round. Second round of handstand holds, try and make them slightly longer for the second time around, and then work on these negative lowers. Okay, if you haven't got the ability to do an overhead negative low, work on your push-up, work on your push-ups. Try and do 5 seconds on the way down, press back up. 5 seconds on the way down, push back up. That will build your strength. Okay, so from here, stomach nice and tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, press. If you need to do on the knees, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, press. Lift the knees. Knees down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, press up. If you have got some strength, you can keep a negative low, keep the knees off the floor. 5, 4, fight it at the bottom. 3, 2, 1, hold, knees to floor. Push back up on the knees if you can't get up by yourself. So you can get strong in the movement by working on that negative rep on the way down. All right, guys, that's pretty much the workout. Get warm, do that shoulder prep work, do that little bit of strength work, and then make sure the shoulders feel good. Make sure the shoulders are nice and mobile. Decide what progression you're going to use. Are you using strict handstand push-ups? Are you kipping? Are you doing some kind of a pike? Are you doing strict push-ups? Are you doing an assisted? What time are you going to work it on? You're going to start with 30 seconds and 30 seconds. That's fine. You may want to increase your rep time. As you get through the workout, you may just see that you need to have longer on the rest. That's fine. Take longer on the rest if you can. Okay? If you can keep it down to 30 seconds and keep your reps nice and high during that work time, then do that. You decide how hard you want to work. Once you've done that, take a short rest and then go for the finisher, 6 minutes on the clock, AMRAP, burpees and double unders. That's your Tuesday workout. We'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday.